Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. I'm Shantae Grant, and today we are going to talk about this little word that you have likely mentioned before, and it is motivation. We're going to talk about motivation. It's a somewhat buzzword. It's one word that is connected to one of the questions I'm asked most frequently, and that's, how do you stay motivated? And one part of me really understands the intent behind the question, but another part of me wants to step onto my little soapbox and remind the world that motivation is an inside job. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about motivation from an external and internal standpoint. And I'm just going to share some of my views and thoughts on motivation that I hope will help you if you have ever found yourself seeking to be motivated from a source outside of yourself. If you have sought motivation from looking at someone's life, someone else's choices, someone else's accomplishments, someone else's advice, I want you to listen to this and understand that motivation is an internal inside job. I'm also going to link in the show notes episode 27 with Brandi Crawford from Snatched, because I know she talked a little bit about motivation in our conversation as well. So I'll link to that as well if you want to go back and listen to that episode, which is actually a fantastic episode in general. So let's talk about motivation today, shall we? Y'all know what I'm going to start with, because whenever we talk about words, I like to start with a meaning so that we're all on the same page. And so when we're talking about the word motivation, the root is motive, right? Motivation. You heard the motive in there. And a motive is the reason behind why you do what you do. You've likely heard this if you've watched any type of like murder mystery and they want to know what was the motive, right? Why would he have stabbed the lady in the saloon? Okay, now I'm talking about the game of Clue. But basically, like, what's the reason behind why you do what you do? That's the motive, right? And then the Latin root word mote, M-O-T, means to move. So like motion, that's where we get that from, and motor, like in a car. Emotions, that M-O-T, that root word is mote, which means to move. And so when we put that together, when we're talking about motivation, we're talking about what moves you to do what you do, right? What moves you to the point of making sacrifices, of making difficult choices, of choosing good habits over poor habits, or maybe what motivates you to pick poor habits over good habits, right? What moves you to do what you said you would do, even when it's uncomfortable or in the unknown? What moves you to do these things? What motivates you? What moves you to choose easy or to choose what's best, to choose good, quote unquote, poor choices, good choices? That's what that's what I want to talk about. Like, what is it that moves you? And really, that's my question that I'm asking you as I keep repeating this. What is it that moves you to do the things that you do, or the things that you say you want to do? And, I say this maybe in almost every episode of this podcast, but a foundation to being motivated is understanding who you are and what you want, right? I talk about that all the time, getting clear on who you are and what you want. And we can't run away from that, regardless of whatever topic I try to talk about on the podcast. It ends up coming back to like who you are and what you want. And, when I think generally about motivation and myself, I think of a lot of things, right? So I'll start there. I think about, just off the top of my head, the fact that my ancestors had no concept of what I'm doing right now, right? I am a descendant of slaves who had none of the rights that I have today. I have a chance. That motivates me. That moves me. I think of my grandmother who could not read and how she still managed to live a remarkable life that touched me and taught me so many lessons, and is a part of who I am right now, sitting in this chair. She is sitting here with me. That motivates me. That moves me, right? I think of all the things that I want to be and all the things I want to do while I still have breath in my body, and that motivates me. I think of the fact that I want to be healthy in every meaning of the word, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. That motivates me. I think about the places that I want to see in this world and the opportunities that I like to create for my children, for my friends, for my family, for my team, for every person around me and plugged into me. That motivates me. And I think about the fact that I was created with purpose and with meaning. And that motivates me. And spoiler alert, that's true for you too. You were created with purpose and meaning. So when I think about what moves me, what motivates me, I don't think it's the things that people are looking for when they ask you that question, because it's a very personal thing. Like I just shared, some of the things that move me, that motivate me. And my question is, what is it that moves you? What is it that motivates you? Maybe have you taken the time to really think about that? Because there are so many things that motivate me, that move me to do the things that I do. And one of it is that I want to do things that benefit my life. But all of these reasons are mine, right? They're all internal, personal reasons. They're my reasons. And that's why I have to encourage you to tap into you and what is it going to be that motivates you? At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today.
I really hope you listen to this message. I just recently got the Best Today guide, and I just want to tell you that it's my third day in. I just completed 2 things that have taken me 6 months just because of overthinking and procrastinating because I was overwhelmed and frazzled. And I literally just got them done, just checked them off today from today's things that I needed to. It wasn't a to-do, but I got it done. And I'm just so grateful. I'm going to write an actual testimonial and send it to you. I don't know if you need any more. I'm sure people are ranting and raving, but I just wanted to send a quick note and let you know this has been a blessing in my life. And I am so happy that I purchased before they sell out.
Messages like this never get old. If you have not tried the Best Today guide or any of our tools at Best Today, today is your day. You can, 1, take the quiz to see which product is best for you right now by going to besttoday.co/quiz. That's besttoday.co/quiz. Or if you're ready for the Best Today guide, go on and place your order for the Best Today guide by going to besttoday.co. Remember that your order of the Best Today guide gives you your first month in the Best Today community for free. And we look forward to seeing whatever it is that you are going to use as a tool to help you to be more intentional and proactive with your time in your todays. That is what we create for. That is what all of our resources are there to help you with in your real life right now, every day today. So go take that product quiz if you haven't already by going to besttoday.co/quiz. And thank you so much for that review, Celie. We really appreciate it. And we love hearing how the Best Today guide is helping women all across the globe really be proactive and intentional with their time. Don't look outwardly for it. Don't look externally for that motivation, because it will likely be nowhere to be found on the days and in the moments when you need it. That's another thing why I'm so glad that motivation is internal. It's because that means it'll always be where I need it to be, right here with me. Because if I'm relying on you having an encouraging word for me, or you having a success story, and I'm somewhere in the desert, I don't have that. I don't have that to draw on. And what does that leave me? So that's the good news, that it's an inside job. And, even if you think that, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. Even if you think that it's temporal and not sustaining to actually move you, if you think about okay, well, I do see someone do something and that does kind of motivate me. That's temporal. Right. That's like for that time being. It's not going to sustain you. It might engage you. It might persuade you momentarily. But you want to be moved, right? Being inspired, being encouraged, being celebrated isn't the same as sustaining internal motivation. Looking outside of yourself, outwardly, externally at other humans for something that will sustain you and last is a setup. Okay. And maybe and some of you listening yep, it is, because I've been there. I've been set up and let down, right? Yes, we are all inspired when we see people do things that show tenacity and overcoming and talent and skill. When we see people do things with great love and generosity. and the like that moves me, right? It can move you to then ask yourself, well, what can I do? Or how can I tap in that for myself? But that again goes back into what is going to then move you to do or be what you want. Does that make sense? Do you understand? So this is a short episode because I really want to have this as a reference point the next time someone asks what motivates me, or the next time someone even asks you, hey, what motivates you? Or someone asks you anything about motivation, you can point them back here. The point is for the person who is continuously seeking motivation from someone else, from something else outside of yourself, and you find yourself in this cycle of disappointment, this is the announcement. You won't find motivation externally. It is an inside job. And it's now your job to figure out what you want, who you are, and what is it going to be that moves you to be who and what you want to be. Like, something has to move you to do the things you say you want to do. And it may not be the things that you think it should be. Maybe it's something else, but it has to be in an inside job. It has to be you determining, actually, what does move me? And why haven't I been moved? If maybe you're kind of sitting there wanting to be motivated, ask yourself, why am I not moved to do this thing? Do I not find that I'm worthy of the things that I want? So there's some space to do some undigging. But I do want to offer you this. There's no other human on the planet like you. You are worthy of joy and happiness and fulfillment. And you are worthy of living an intentional life. And you're worthy of dreaming and going beyond the limitations in your mind. You're worthy of going beyond the places and spaces your friends, your family may have gone. You are your limit. The motivation is inside of you because you are worthy, and you don't have to seek someone who you think is quote unquote better or more talented, more skillful, more worthy. Perhaps that's why you're looking outside, because you think that outside of yourself is better. But the best you have is right there. You are it. You are the stuff, right? So what is it that moves you? What is it that is going to motivate you internally to do the things you say you want to do, to be the person you want to be, to stop doing the things you want to stop doing, and to live a life that you absolutely, positively love? And that doesn't mean a perfect life free of hardships, challenges, upsets, and the like. No one is living that life, to be clear, okay? No one, none of us, right? What moves you? That is my question that I'm going to leave you with. And also that I'm going to invite you to come and share with me in the Best Today community. If you're not in the Best Today community, today is your day to join us. You can go to besttodaycommunity.com. It's our actively engaged community. It's the number one place to be if you are on a journey of living a life of intention. And I want to be there to help you along the way. The community is filled with women from across the globe who are right there ready to celebrate and cheer you on. Inside, you're going to get encouragement, support, live calls, co-working hours, guided journal prompts, the curriculum that I created to help you get clear on who you are and what you want, and so much more. And all of this is available to you and available either online or through our app on Android and Apple devices. Once you join online, you'll get access to the app. You can go to besttodaycommunity.com, get your first 3 days for free right now by going to besttodaycommunity.com. And remember, you get your first month free with every order of the Best Today Guide, the online program bundle, and the starter bundle. So let's come and talk about this. What moves you? What motivates you? Because motivation is an inside job. Thank you for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Until next time, remember that you are capable and worthy of being your best one today at a time. And you already have everything you need to have everything you want. So go on and shout it out as you live it out. This is what my best today looks like. I'll talk to you on the next episode. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want, identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. See inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.